No good internet, yes.
In this cold morning in Melbourne, pretty cold, rainy, lots of wind, so we're gonna get to warm up a little bit. It's nice to be all rugged up and stay inside. So you can come into, as usual, your sacred space. Take a moment here to connect mind and body. So as usual, Vajrasana, unless you have knee, ankle issues, this is the best meditative pose to keep a nice and straight spine. Otherwise, just a nice easy cross-legged position is good, where you can use either a block or cushion to elevate your hips. So making sure that your knees are not higher than your hips, otherwise you'd be all hunched up. You can relax your hips, again trying to keep the spine nice and straight. And we'll start with a little meditation. So just closing your eyes for a moment, just noticing the state of mind today, this morning, hands open to the sky, just feeling the breath coming in and out, just a natural breath, not trying to force it or change it in any way, just breathing there for a moment. And what we're trying to really do is just get a feel of the energy that surrounds us. You might even feel the energy of the weather, feeling from outside. It's pretty humid, windy, cold. Just feel that energy of the weather, autumn down here in Melbourne. And then see if you can start to bring that inside the house. Again, maybe with this weather, the cold, feeling the energy of the house, coming into the room in which you are now. Again, see if you can really sense the humidity, temperature. Probably very calm this morning, apart from the wind. Lots of people maybe still tucked in bed. And then coming into an energy on your mat. Maybe feeling the temperature on your skin. Starting to feel a bit more into your own body. Muscles, the joints, maybe there is a bit of stiffness, cold mornings. Don't think much about it, just feel it. Connecting at a deeper level, noticing the state of the body. As you send this information back up to the brain, you start to really connect body, mind, through the nervous system. Really feeling into this body to start activating the nervous system, getting a greater connection there. And then we'll get into Kapalbhati. Quite often we do this, so if you know the practice of Kapalbhati, you don't need any explanation, you can just go for it. Today we'll go maybe a little bit different, just sort of building up a little bit on the practices. So for Kapalbhati today we'll be going for only 2 rounds, but we'll go up to 20, just again slowly building onto what we've been doing before. We used to do only 10, so we'll go a little bit longer. So try not to start too strong, because you want to sort of try to be able to keep the distance. So I just quickly repeat how it goes. Kapalbhati is a forceful exhalation out the nose. So you use your abdomen, so using your abdominals, contracting your navel in towards the spine. So as you push your navel in towards your spine, you expel the air out the nostrils. So you, in effect, we push the diaphragm up to empty the lungs. So don't worry too much about the inhalation. Inhalation is passive. It will happen automatically. Don't worry, your body knows what to do. Just notice that. So I'll quickly show you how this works. Right hand on top of your left, hands relaxed, shoulders relaxed, soft bend into the elbows, and you can take a deep breath in through the nose. And then you start pumping with your abdomen just like so. So short, sharp exhalations. We're going for 2 rounds of 20. So again, start nice and slow. Getting ready, nice comfortable spine for this cleansing breath to balance and strengthen the nervous system. Exhaling the air out the nostrils. You take a deep inhale in through the nose, closing the eyes. Chest and face is relaxed, and you start pumping. Last one. Exhale, and then just a couple of normal breath in through the nose, out through the nose, just really feeling into the body. If you have just joined, just stay with us. We're just starting nice and easy. Stay the distance. Starting again for second round, up to 20. Taking a deep inhale in through the nose, and then you start pumping. Relaxing the breath, eyes closed, just really feeling into the body, feeling that mind body connection through the nervous system. Usual precaution, really trying to connect at a deeper level with the nervous system. If you have back pain, back issues, or any issues, the nervous system is really the communicator between this body, whatever happens in the body, aches, energetical imbalance, it all gets sent to the brain through the nervous system. So very important to connect at a deeper level, to really sense whenever you get the signals of something wrong, you're going too far into an asana, a pose, not feeling right somewhere. So awareness is really paramount. Most of the pains, like I know I had a lot of back pain with the back sort of snapping, giving away, and after quite some time, a few years, I started to really feel it coming, so that I could do something, back off or do some breathing to really set the energies back into balance, into harmony, and avoid having to go to the chiropractor. So very important. And for this, we'll open up the practice with our traditional Om chant. So the Om chant, the humming, the vibration, as you try to get that vibration to rise from the pelvic floor up through the navel, heart, throat, into the head, crown of the head and beyond. You're really connecting to that spine, the nervous system. So this is very soothing for the nervous system, and it helps to really go inwards, deeper. So 3 rounds of Om, exhaling the air out the nostrils. You take a deep inhale in through the nose, and you'll be exhaling, chanting Om out the mouth. Closed for a moment. Just feeling the breath, maybe feeling that nervous system, just noticing the energies in the body along the spine. And then gently opening your eyes. We're going to go into some movement, so you can come up to the top of your mat. Hello, a few people there, so stay with us. We're going to get into this practice, Surya Namaskar. So I think most of us, or you, so you know the practice of Surya Namaskar. If you don't know the practice of Surya Namaskar, we're going for just about, what are we doing today? 12 rounds of Surya Namaskar, Sun Salutations. So we're honoring the sun, the giver of life, the one that actually really gives that life, helps us to really feel in this body. So you do what you can, making sure that you're not compromising the breath for the asana. So as I mentioned before, don't go too deep into any of the postures, just we start getting some movement, activating all the systems in the body, the nervous system. So very good, stretching all group muscles of the body to really wake before we go into our asana. So you can start in Tadasana, top of the mat, feet together, standing tall, and you can bring your hands in prayer position in front of your heart. Just taking a few breaths here, maybe closing your eyes, just really connecting, finding your balance, finding that grounding in your feet, connection with the earth. Feeling that energy rising through the legs, through your torso, standing nice and tall, shoulders back. And I start straight away chanting the Bija mantra. I'll give minimal instructions, just a few instructions on the first few rounds, and then we'll get going, trying to really concentrate on the breath along with the movement. Breath happens in through the nose, out through the nose. Om Mitraya Namaha. Slowly opening your eyes as you inhale. You stretch your arms up, look up. So nice and easy at the beginning. See if you can look up at your thumbs, opening your arms, keeping your arms parallel in line with your body, nice and slow. As you exhale, you can start to hinge at the hip level, reaching forward with your fingertips, crown of the head, so back is flat as much as possible, bending into the knees at the start until you get warm, protecting the lower back. You fold all the way down, fingertips to the floor, relaxing the head, nice and slow. As you inhale, you step your left leg back, far back, you drop your knee, point your toes, look up, making sure that your front knee is right under your armpits. Looking up is very important, so we start really getting into The groin, stretching the hip flexor, hamstring. Nice and slow as you exhale, looking down, planting your hands, stepping back into the chaturanga. So plank pose, nice and strong. If this is too much for you, you can already bring your knees down, otherwise forming a nice long line of energy from your heels, hips, shoulders. And as you continue exhaling, knees, chest, forehead. So you bend into your elbows, bringing the weight of the body onto your shoulders. So see if you can protract your shoulders, arching into your lower back, stomach doesn't touch. Chest, forehead to the floor, you release all the way down onto your abdomen, pointing your toes. And as you inhale, lifting your chest, using your back muscles, looking forward. So again, relax into your shoulder blades, only going as far as comfortable for your own back. As you exhale, you release, tucking your toes under, stretching back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can keep a soft bend into your knees, pressing your hands firmly into the ground. On your next inhale, you step your left leg forward, right between your hands, so you might need to head with your hand, or the technique gripping the mat with the toes, so that you move your foot right between your hands, relaxing the back leg, and again, looking up, so we're working on the spine. Spine should be straight, pushing your hips down, slight compression into the neck, so we're really working into the nervous system. As you exhale, looking down, stepping forward, back to your forward fold at the top of the mat, maybe soft bend into your knees, nice and slow. You can start to roll your spine up, letting your arms to dangle down, head is heavy, head comes up last. You reach your arms all the way up, palms together. As you exhale, you release this experience back down to your hips, and we get going. Inhaling in through the nose, out through the nose, so you keep that breath going. Om Rave Namaha. Inhale, stretch your arms up, look up. Opening your arms as you exhale, folding forward. Try to keep your back flat, extending the spine forward, still bending into your knees if you feel you need to. Fingertips all the way down. This time inhaling, right leg back, so we'll keep switching legs. Don't worry if you mix up a little bit with the legs. Just keep alternating, looking up. Releasing your hands onto the floor, chaturanga, stepping back, shoulders over your wrists, looking forward. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead, so elbows are off the floor, close to the body. Releasing all the way down to abdomen, you point your toes, inhale, lifting maybe a little bit higher this time if you can go a little bit higher. Again, watch your lower back, only doing as much as comfortable. As you exhale, you release, tuck your toes, pushing onto your hands, stretching your hips back and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maybe still bending into your knees. Inhaling, right leg forward, right between your hands. You drop your knee, point your toes, look up. Exhale, releasing, coming back, forward fold, top of the mat. Nice and slow as you inhale, you start rolling your spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae, pushing your feet into the earth, reaching your hands all the way up to the sky. Nice stretch into the front of the body. Exhale, you release, hands back down. And we keep going. Om Suryaya Namaha. Inhale, stretching your arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Nice and easy. Inhale, left leg back. Drop your knee, point your toes. Maybe this time going a bit further, you can bring your hands flat on the floor, still looking up. Hold your breath. Chaturanga. Looking forward. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead, going into your Ashtanga. Again, elbows are in, close to the body. Releasing all the way down to your abdomen, point your toes. You can start moving into your full Bhujangasana if you feel ready. Straightening your elbows. Relax into the shoulder blades, maybe still looking forward. Relax into the lower back as you exhale, slowly releasing, tucking your toes under, Adho Mukha Svanasana, stretching back. Inhaling, left leg forward, right between your hands, maybe still with your hands flat, looking up. Rolling your eyes upwards, exhale, you release, stepping forward, nice and slow. Inhale, rising all the way up, palms together. Exhale, you release. Om Bhanave Namaha. Inhale, you can start start going a bit further into each of the asanas, maybe slight arch into the back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, right leg back. Maybe hands flat, going further, still looking up, dropping the hips down a bit further. Again, some love and kindness, only going as far as comfortable for your own body. Stepping back, chaturanga. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead. So nice arch into the lower back. We're really getting into the spine here. Very good for the spine, releasing all the way down onto abdomen. Point your toes. We're moving into full Bhujangasana if you feel ready. As you inhale, relaxing into the shoulder blades, looking up. Slowly as you exhale, you release. Tucking your toes under, stretching back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg forward. Back leg is relaxed, still looking up, hands flat, front knee 90-degree angle. Exhale, you release. Back to your forward fold. Slowly inhaling, rising all the way up, palms together. Exhale. Om Pushnaya Namaha. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Left leg back. Look up. So we keep switching legs. Chaturanga. Nice strong plank position as you exhale. Knees, chest, forehead. Nice arch into the spine. Releasing all the way down. Inhale. Scooping up. Bhujangasana. Look up, relax into the shoulder blades. Exhale, release. Stretch back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg forward. So we're getting a bit of pace here. Exhale. Inhale, rising all the way up, nice and strong. Palms together. Exhale, release. And we keep going. Om Kagaya Namaha. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg back. Inhale. So keep going, alternating your legs. Stretching back, chaturanga. Exhale, knees, chest, forehead. Inhale, Bhujangasana, look up. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, right leg, look up. Exhale, inhale, and we keep going, keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Om Himakavaya Namaha. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Om Marichaya Namaha. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Om Aditya Namaha. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Om Sagraya Namaha. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Inhale. hands together, nice and slow, maybe still with your eyes closed. You can release your hands by your side, palms facing forward. Just really taking a moment, couple of breaths to really feel into the body, the nervous system. Maybe still with your eyes closed. If you have a good balance, you can come down on your back, Shavasana, relaxing completely. Arms by your side, palms facing upwards. Just letting go of the breath. Just a couple of minutes, 1 or 2 minutes of complete relaxation. Just noticing the breath. Noticing the heart rate. Noticing how you feel in this body today. Back to the breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Again, as usual, only doing as much as comfortable for your own body. So we're starting with Uttanasana, very good for the lower back. Bringing your feet together. You can bring your knees into your chest and you can wrap your arms around your legs, getting hold of your elbows. So you might need to lift your head up for that once you've got the hold of your elbows, and trying to keep your arms in the middle of your shins instead of just the edge of the knees. You can relax your head back down, spine is nice and long, neck is long, and see if you can really relax into the shoulders, pressing your knees into your chest, so feeling the pressure into your abdomen. Feel a parallel, toes pointing forward, and you keep breathing deeply in through the nose into your abdomen, out through the nose. So as you exhale, see if you can really feel that a little bit more room is being created in the stomach, so that you can bring your knees maybe a little bit closer, bringing your hips down towards the floor. So ideally your hips are on the floor, lower back on the floor, nice and flat, the spine is nice and long, lengthening every inhale on the spine. As you exhale, you soften, you relax. So we're really stretching the lower back here, very good for the back, very good also to relieve wind in the digestive system. So very good to work on the digestive system. There's a lot of inflammation in the body that is something sometimes causing some issues in the body, the spine, nervous system, this sort of lingering inflammation within the body. So it all, as they say, lots of doctors say, it all starts in the gut, and it's true that what you put in your body has a great effect on everything, because you might be keeping toxins, getting the body too warm, inflamed, and this has repercussions on each and every part of the body. So we're taking one more breath here. On your next exhale, lifting your head up, bringing the nose between your knees. See if you can touch your eye sockets with your knees, Squeezing your knees a little bit further. Deep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Keep going. So we're stretching a bit more into the spine here, activating the upper body as you start lifting your head a little bit further, using your core muscles. Couple more breath. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release. Head back down, releasing the grip of your hands. You stretch your legs out. Oh, yes, the release feels good. Maybe you can move your hips side to side, just feeling the body for a moment. Knees to your chest, hands on your knees, and you can start to rock back and forth, massaging the whole spine. So see if you can really feel that spine nice and straight, feeling each vertebrae being massaged, the discs between each vertebrae being stretched. You can get some momentum. If you feel this is too much, you can just roll on one side, or if you can get some momentum, maybe coming all the way to balance onto your buttocks for both pose Navasana. So easy version, you can bring your feet on the floor, hands on the floor. Otherwise, see if you can keep your shins parallel to the floor. Second level, you can bring your hands behind your knees. See if you can keep pulling your heart forward, shoulders back, so spine is nice and straight. You don't want to be collapsing into your lower back. If you feel you are collapsing into your lower back like this, you want to bring your knees down and just pull your chest forward. You can extend your arms forward, legs up if you can, and we stay there for a few breaths. If you can go further and extend your legs nice and straight, maybe you go for it. Deep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Oops. One more breath. Nice and slow, you release. Sole of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, interlacing the fingers around the toes. See if you can really press the sole of the feet together. Again, spine is nice and straight, shoulders back. And you can start with a little flap, maybe for your butterfly. Flapping your legs, so bringing your knees down towards the floor as much as possible. So we're working on the hips, releasing the lower back from the previous pose. So again, spine is nice and straight. So you should be feeling a good stretch onto the inside of the legs here. Very important to get into the hips. A lot of the back issues come from tight hips, tight hamstrings, hip flexors, so we're going to be working on those. So we take a few breaths here. Again, as I mentioned before, very important to work with the breath in through the nose, out through the nose, and you want to really lengthen into the spine as you inhale. So feeling your tailbone getting pushed down into the earth, crown of the head reaching up, and as you exhale, see if you can really soften into your shoulders, hips, maybe your knees are reaching a bit further towards the ground. We're staying there for one more breath. And then nice and slow you can release. Coming up to a standing position, feet are hip width distance apart. Keeping your feet parallel, and you can interlace your fingers behind your back. Pressing your palms together. Again, see if you can roll your shoulders back, straightening the arms as you inhale. Look up, soften into your knees as you exhale, folding forward. So see if you can keep pressing your palms together, and you start working your thumbs away from your sacrum. Bending your knees as much as needed. You relax your chest on your thighs, head is heavy. And see if you can really relax into that upper body so that you roll your shoulders forward. Again, see if you can keep pressing your palms together. So palms together as much as possible. Vered, pressing the palms together as much as possible. Palms, palms, palms. Yes, I can see you. Palms together like this. Yes, that's it. Very good. So we're staying there for a few breaths. So we work into the whole spine. We hold a lot of tension in the shoulders, so very good to start with this. Maybe you can sway gently from one side to another if you feel like a little bit more stretch into the shoulders. but as much as possible you keep your arms straight with your palms pressed together. We're there for a few more breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Nice and slow as you inhale, slowly starting to come up, releasing your hands, reaching your arms all the way up, palms together. We're going for Ardha Chandrasana. So as you exhale, you can lean to the left. So you want to make sure that you're not dropping your right shoulder forward. Just like if you wanted to look at the sky from under your armpit, keeping your shoulders nice and stacked, reaching out towards the left, right hip towards the right. Inhale back to center, exhale to the right. So going nice and easy with this one. Sometimes lower back can be a bit of an issue with this. So again, you do just what you can, but trying to keep the position, the alignment. So looking at the sky from under the armpits, pushing your hips out towards the left, arms are straight. One more breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, you release. Now we're going for Utkatasana, so bringing your feet together or keeping your feet hip distance parallel to each other. Your choice, bending into your knees. Inhale, your arms up. So Utkatasana. See if you can sink your hips down as much as possible. Arms are straight, so you want to be closing the gap between your ears, so you want to be rotating your pinky inwards so that you feel your bicep is going towards your ears, relaxing into the shoulders. Staying there for a few breaths. See if you can sink your hips down a bit further, keeping your knees together. Yeah, we love this pose. I know, warming up into the legs. This is a very good pose for flat feet, for the spine, strengthening into the legs. So again, as I mentioned last week, the legs, the strength into the legs is very important for the back. This is our foundation. If this is not strong, then nothing goes well above it. So the spine starts to be all crooked. So keep going. One more breath. Nice and slow as you exhale, folding forward, releasing completely, hands onto the floor, and you can step back to Chaturanga, plank pose. If this is too much, you can bring your knees on the floor, otherwise shoulders over your wrists, and you start to get this alignment, heel, hips, shoulders, looking forward, so spine is nice and straight. So making sure you're not collapsing into your lower back or even the shoulders. So you push onto your hands, so shoulder blades up to the sky, so you have a slight rounding into the upper back. Hips are not too high, this is not down dog yet. And you just hold there for a moment. Nice and strong. You can smile. We love this pose. Yes. A few more breaths. Keep going, keep smiling. Don't forget to breathe. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then we have a little French lesson today. We're going to count to 5, lowering all the way down. 1. Very slowly. 2. See if you can lower it down, keeping the body straight. 3. 4. 5. Releasing all the way down. Ooh, this is good. Arms by your side. We're going for Shavasana. Palms facing upwards. You can bring your toes to touch together. Exhale your breath, and as you inhale, you lift your chest, you lift your legs, you lift your hands, you lift everything you have using your glutes, lower back muscles, middle back muscles, upper back muscles. You use everything that you have. Lift your chest, chin up, looking forward, looking up, chin up, the knees, chin up. See if you can look up, lift your legs, no bending to the knees, keep breathing. Few more breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose. Keep going. You can do this. Contract the back. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Exhale, you release. Turning your head one way. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe gently swinging your hips one side to the other. And then bringing your hands under your shoulders, taking your toes under. You can stretch back through a child's pose, hips to your heels, and then pushing your feet down, reaching your hips up. Adho Mukha Svanasana, your down dog. Nice and slow, you can start walking your hands back towards your feet. Coming to a stand. We're going to do a few standing postures so you can step your left leg forward. We're moving into Warrior 3, so you can bring your hands in prayer position in front of your leg, keeping your back foot 90-degree angle. As you inhale, you stretch your arms out. As you exhale, bending into your front knee, so adjust your stance, so you should have a nice big stance. Front knee is right above your ankle. You extend your arms out, relax into the shoulder blades, and you can keep looking at your left hand, breathing deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. Relaxing into the shoulders, so see if you can feel that energy extending from both fingers, extending your arms, but at the same time you relax into the shoulder blades, so you lengthen into the neck. Pressing the outside edge of your back foot onto the floor, back leg is nice and straight. Again, you want to be opening, so rolling your front thigh outwards so that your knee is right above your ankle, so you should be feeling good stretch on the inside of the legs. Keep looking at your front hand. Breath is deep into your abdomen, all the way down to the pelvic floor. Nice and slowly moving into Parsvakonasana. So first level, as you exhale, you can bring your left elbow onto your thigh, right hand onto your hip, and see if you can keep this stacking of the hips and shoulders. So you don't want to compromise on the stacking of the hips and shoulders, knee right above your ankle. So if you can go further, maybe we'll go further. Otherwise, if you feel that you start losing this cueing, then you just back off. That's more important to really stack the hips, stack the shoulders looking up. Maybe reaching your right arm up if you can. If you can go further, you can bring your left hand onto the floor, fingertips or hands flat. Your choice, depending how far you can go. See if you can keep bending a bit further into your front knee. So the more you bend into your front knee, the more you can align your heel with your hip and your shoulder. If you want to go further, maybe you can go for a half bind. You can bring your right hand into your lower back, getting hold of your left thigh. If you want to go for the full bind, if you're very flexible, you can go for a full bind, threading your left arm under, and you keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Very good. Keep going a little bit more. We have one more breath here. Nice and slow, you're going to start to release. You can bring your left hand to the floor, extending your right arm up, and then maybe bringing your left hand outside of the leg, and you can start working towards straightening your front leg for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So don't worry if you can't and you need your left hand to come off the floor, you can come up and you keep your hand to dangle onto the outside, so no pressure onto your front leg. This is compromising the knee joint, so making sure that you have a slight micro bend into your knee. And again, you want to keep stacking your hips, so pushing your left hip under, right hip on top, right shoulder on top, extending your arms. Nice, strong breath, extending the spine forward. Every inhale, every exhale, see if you can soften into the left hip crease. One more breath. Nice and slow as you exhale, bending into your front knee. And you're going to bring your left fingertips in front of your left foot for Ardha Chandrasana. And you can hop in one go or little hops with your back leg. reaching your right leg up. So again, you want to be stacking your right hip on top of your left. So you start with a soft bend into your standing leg. You can look down for good balance. See if you can reach your right arm up, extending your right leg, just like if you wanted to push the back wall away. Deep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, and you can start to work towards straightening your standing leg. So we're stretching the inside of the left leg, hamstring a little bit. Very good for balance. If you can look up, maybe looking sideways for a start, and then maybe looking up to your right hand. If you can't, that's fine, just keep looking down, nice and controlled. Very slowly we're going to start to release right hand onto the floor, and then stepping all the way back with your right foot, keeping your legs straight so you can stay onto the ball of your right foot. See if you can align your fingertips with your front heel, and then you're going to start working towards straightening your front leg. Doesn't matter if it's not straight, you work towards it. So if you keep your knee bent, that's fine. What's important here is that you square your hips, so you want to be pushing your right hip forward, and as you start straightening your left leg, you want to be pushing your left hip back, so you feel that squaring of the hips. So the squaring of the hips means that your hips are parallel to the floor, parallel to the front edge of the mat as much as possible. And you want to lengthen again into the spine, so no need to straighten your leg too much. If it's slightly bent, that's fine. What's important again is to straighten the spine. That really helps to keep the hips nice and squared. Very slowly as you exhale, you bend into your front knee, planting your hands, stepping back, chaturanga. Looking forward, still smiling. Yes. Now we're going for a Spanish lesson. Up to 5, lowering down very slowly. 1, 2, keep going. 3, 4, 5. Releasing all the way down. Very good. Tandrasan, bow pose, bending into your knees, getting hold of your ankles, 4 fingers on the outside, thumb on the inside. Exhale your breath. As you inhale, you kick your feet into your hands, and you lift everything that you have, so you should be onto your abdomen, your hips. Again, looking up, chin up, rolling your eyes upwards, toes pointing right up to the sky, so you should be feeling the stretch into your shoulders. Keep going, very good. Few more breaths. Keep lifting. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. One more. Nice and slow as you exhale, you release. Turning your head one way. Hands under your shoulders, tucking your toes under. You can stretch back through a child's pose, Balasana, to find your down dog. Walking your hands towards your feet, bending into your knees. We're going for Paramudhasana, Padastasana, so getting hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. So soft bend into your knees to start off, resting your chest on your thighs. Inhale, you lengthen into the spine, and as you exhale, you fold, bending your elbows. See if you can bring your nose between your knees, but no force, just really relaxing into the upper body, feeling your head nice and heavy. You can work towards straightening the legs. If you feel you want more, you can go for Padastasana, sliding your hands, palms facing upwards under your feet, massaging your wrists with your big toes. And you keep breathing. Again, watching your body, being aware of the sensations into the back of the legs, lower back. Nice and slow, you can start to release the grip of your big toes or hands under the floor. And as you inhale, you come all the way up, stretching your arms up. Exhale, you release. Now we take the other side, so stepping your right leg forward. You can bring your hands in prayer position. Again, back foot is 90-degree angle. Try to get the same stance that you had before, promoting symmetry into the body. As you inhale, you extend your arms out. Exhale for Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So again, making sure you're sending your front knee forward, right above your ankle. So nice stretch into the inside of the legs. You look at your right hand, relax into the shoulders. Again, making sure that you're not leaning forward just yet. Body is nice and straight, so spine is nice and vertical. Keep looking forward, so really see if you can energize into your hands, so nice and horizontal, but relaxed into the shoulder blades, so you lengthen into the neck, so shoulders away from the ears. See if you can bring your shoulder blades down, so you should be really feeling your shoulder blades into your back, going down towards your hips. Deep breathing, in through the nose, out through the nose. Keep pressing the outer edge of your back foot, so you should feel a slight lift onto the inside of your left foot. Feeling the energizing on the inside of the leg. One more breath before we move into Parsvakonasana. Nice and slow as you exhale. So again, taking your option, starting with your elbow onto your thigh, left hand onto your hip. So stack your hips, shoulders looking up. Again, not compromising the pose or the cues to go deeper. If you can go deeper, extending your arm if you don't have any neck issue, shoulder issues, and then maybe going further if you can. Again, only doing as much as comfortable, maybe fingertips on the inside of the foot, maybe hand flat, and you keep bending into your front knee. So again, you want to be aligning your heel, hip, shoulder. Maybe going further, you can take a half bind or even a full bind if this is within your practice, and you keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. So you really want to be stacking your hips, stacking your shoulders, so you want to be pushing your hips sort of forward, especially the right one, left one back. And you want to extend the spine forward, so see if you can lift your heart. So if you think of lifting your heart, reaching the crown of the head to the front of the mat, that will lengthen into the spine. So see if you can get that energy from your back heel all the way to the crown of the head. Nice and slow, we release, bringing your right hand onto the outside of the right leg, extending your arm, and you can start working towards straightening your front leg for Trikonasana. Again, if your right hand has to come up, that's fine. Watching your front knee, so you want to be activating your quadricep, pulling your kneecap up so that your front knee is protected, so you don't want to hyperextend your leg. You keep maybe a slight micro bend. Left hand up. A few deep breaths here. Again, we lengthen into the spine, so tailbone back. And you want to be strong into your legs, just like if you wanted to squish the mat together. So you squeeze your legs together, so heels towards each other, so you should feel a good squeeze into the inside of the legs. And as you inhale, tailbone back, crown of the head forward. Few deep breaths. Nice and slow, you're going to bend into your front knee, moving into Ardha Chandrasana. So bringing your right fingertips in front of your right foot. And then you can hope your back leg or lift your back leg straight away. You can start with your gaze down towards the floor for good balance. Soft bend into your knee, and you can start working towards straightening your standing leg. You want to energize that back leg, so you want to flex your toes and really push that left heel back, maybe looking to the side or up to the sky if you can, if you have a good balance. We're there for a couple more breaths. Keep going. So if you start straightening your standing leg, you'll feel a good stretch into the inside, the back of the leg. Nice and slow as you exhale. You release, left hand onto the floor, stepping your left leg back. So we're moving into pyramid pose. Again, see if you can align your fingertips with your front heel, square your hips, and you work towards straightening your right leg. Again, doesn't need to be straight. What's important is that the hips are square, the back is nice and flat. So see if you can look forward, hard forward, supporting with your fingertips. Some people might be more flexible and be able to go palms on the floor, that's fine. But again, make sure that you don't lose the hips, so left hip forward, right hip back. We're there for a couple more breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Nice and slow, we release, bending into the front leg, and you can bring your right knee to your, left knee to your right ankle, knees together. We're just gonna sit back for a moment. If you feel that you can't stay in Vajrasana, you can just come into a cross-legged position. You can take the Gyan Mudra, index and thumb together. Other fingers straight, relaxed, onto your lap. Spine is nice and straight. You just close your eyes for a moment. Feeling into the body again, feeling into that nervous system. Maybe trying to feel the legs, outside of the legs, inside of the legs, the hips, lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, neck. We just finished with a pranayama and Anulom Vilom, so we continue building up onto this practice of Anulom Vilom. So very easy beginner practice for now, but we'll just add up another dimension to again really focus on the nervous system, to relax, soothe the nervous system, but also bring more awareness as to really feeling that nervous system. So you can keep your left hand with the Gyan Mudra. With your right hand, you bring your second and third finger into a fist, and you block your right nostril with your thumb. And we're gonna do 5 rounds in and out through the left nostril only, so breathing in through the left nostril, counting to 5. Once you reach 5, no breath retention, you exhale out the left nostril again, and you can chant Om 5 times, the short Oms. Om, 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 Om. And we go again, inhaling through the left nostril, counting to 5. So there's no breath retention at the top, you just chant mentally as you exhale. Instead of counting, you can just Om 5 times. Om, 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 Om. Inhaling back up the left nostril, counting to 5. So we keep the counting to 5. Still no breath retention. Exhaling out the left, doing your Om chants if you feel you can do this. So the Om chant, feeling the vibration as you exhale out the left nostril, really helps you to connect deeper into the nervous system. We're going for 2 more rounds, inhaling back up the right nostril, still counting to 5. Spine is nice and relaxed, shoulders are relaxed. Exhaling with your Oms. Om, 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 Om. Last one, inhale. slowly you can relax your right hand onto your lap, taking a couple of breaths before we go for the other side. So same mudra with the right hand, second, third finger into a fist. Now this time you block your left nostril with your ring finger. And we do the same thing with the right nostril. So inhaling up the right nostril, counting to 5. Nice, slow, steady breath, no breath retention. Exhaling out the right nostril with your ohms. Om, 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 om. Inhale back up the left nostril, right nostril, counting to 5 still. So you can do that in your own head. Exhaling with Om, 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 Om. Inhale. Exhaling with Om, 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 Om. Inhale, 2 more. Counting in your own head. Oming into your own head for 5. Keep going. See if you can keep the distance, very important for the nervous system, going into complete practice. Getting into your last round. Once you finish your last round, you can relax your right hand on your right knee. Again, taking a couple of breaths, just to really feel between the left side and the right side. So again, this breath is absolutely fantastic to balance the nervous system, balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain, very good to clear the nadis. We'll take one last few rounds where we do the same thing that we did, but through both nostrils. So inhaling, counting to 5 through both nostrils. In your own head you can count to 5, and then as you exhale you can Om to 5. Om, 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 Om. Inhaling back up both nostrils. Still counting to 5. Exhaling out both nostrils. Om, 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 Om. Inhale. One last round on your own. Once you're finished, still with your eyes closed, very gently so that you don't disturb the nervous system. Slowly you can start to release, extending one leg after the other, coming into Shavasana, relaxing on your back, arms by your side, palms facing upwards, letting your feet drop out to the side, complete relaxation for a few minutes, letting go of the breath. Maybe noticing the heart rate slowing down. Noticing the spine softening onto the mat, the earth. Feeling into the body around the spine. Again, to connect with your nervous system. Very slowly bringing the awareness back into the body. Taking a deeper inhale all the way down to the pelvic floor. Start getting that connection through the nervous system, body and mind. Wiggling your toes, fingers, getting a little movement into the limbs, awakening that nervous system. And then just rolling onto your left side when you feel ready. Taking a couple of breaths on your side, resting your head on your arm, soft bend into your knees, a few breaths in a fetal position. Or as usual, if you want to stay for a little bit longer in your Shavasana, you're most welcome to stay in your Shavasana. Maybe turn the video off if the sound bothers you. Go off into your Shavasana, otherwise nice and slow. You can press your hands into the earth to come up to a comfortable sit. Hands in the Anjali Mudra, palms together in front of your heart. Really feeling the breath that connects body and mind through the nervous system. So breath and nervous system are very correlated. That's why the pranayama, the breath, is so helpful for the nervous system. Tip of the thumbs to the third eye. And we bow in gratitude to the divine that surrounds us and is within us. Hari Om Tat Sat. Peace, love and light. That's it for today. As usual, hope you enjoyed. Any questions, feel free to reach out.